He's holding up Norris. He goes for the move, Norris. I'm going to try and follow him as well around the outside of Latifi. And now we've got a run on Lando Norris. It could be our chance now. A run on Lando Norris. We can try and go around the outside, down into the braking zone. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for a brand new video on the F1 2020 career mode. I know it's been a while, but you know, exams and all that have really not helped with the situation of this series. But now we're back, and I was telling you, we're gonna complete this season 1, I'm telling you, and I'm gonna try in this season 2, no matter the views, no matter what's happening, because I purely enjoy this game. And if you really enjoy this series, make sure you subscribe to my channel and ring that bell to get notifications for any new F1 2020 videos, because it really helps out my channel. And also give that video a like if you're a fan of this series and all that beautiful stuff. But as you can see right here, we've got a few upgrades and all that, so very important stuff.
We had a major issue on the production line earlier this week,
and unfortunately that just happened, which means a major upgrade that we had on the R&D is going to not be in the car for Belgium, and it's actually the downforce upgrade. We had a rear wing upper flap upgrade, which would really put us in the midfield in terms of the aerodynamics department. That's not helpful, because I was planning to spend the rest of my resource points on a huge engine upgrade, which unfortunately isn't going to happen, and would really help us out in Belgium and Monza, which are the two very high speed sort of tracks. But anyway, let's get into the interview and see what our beautiful friend Will Buxton has to say to us.
HQ. Let's have a little chat about the team's performance this season. Your second driver really seems to be improving at a rapid pace. How dedicated are they?
Don't really know about that, because we changed, we replaced a lazy for De Vrij, but yeah, okay, I guess.
At the moment, you seem to be a solid mid-tier team. What do you think will take your team to the next level?
I feel like next season, if I don't increase the difficulty, we could be up there for the victories if we improve the car even more this season. So yeah, hopefully.
Would it be safe to say that in terms of team orders, your career comes first in your team?
Nah, if the teammate is going to be faster, I don't think that's a thing. So yeah, it's just fair and square.
Your team's had their first win in Formula 1.
What a
Is this
day.
a sign of things to come?
What a day. Go check out the episode in Canada. Absolutely insane episode, I'm telling you. No matter, you know the result, but no matter what, you're not going to expect that.
Do you see your relationship with your second driver being long-term, or will you be looking for someone else if you're successful?
Well, let's be honest, we're probably going to be looking for someone else. But if Nick De Vrij does well, then there's no really reason to change him. But yeah, that's what I'm going to say. If he gets the results, you know, he'll stay in the team. Simple as that. It's just the way it is.
Well, thanks a lot for inviting us here. It's been fantastic.
So yeah, pretty much after that interview, we headed on to the practice sessions. We were actually starting off quite well with Nick De Vrij on 13th. Me very close there, down to 17th. It was a bit of a mixed session with a little bit of wet conditions and all that. So it was a little bit of a mess. Then this one was the sort of session that I did try a lot to push. I did a lot of practice program tests. I almost actually completed everything apart from the qualifying practice program, which we've only completed and didn't like get the purple result. But we were actually inside the top 10. We're looking very good, and we actually managed to get plenty of resource points, pushing us up to 1,400 resource points, which means that we're finally able to improve our power unit, which has been lacking a lot as of recent. As you can see, we have the worst power unit available. Despite the upgrades that Renault brought, we're going to be having this major upgrade, which in theory will put us right in the midfield in terms of the engine. And we'll also have, with that upgrade coming, we'll also be in the midfield in terms of the chassis, and also in the middle of the park in terms of the aerodynamics. So the car is looking good. It's just going to take a bit of time. Without further ado, let's head into qualifying and see how well we can do. Time for qualifying here in Spa, and as you can see, starting off our first lap on a set of softs. Obviously, we're not obviously gonna set a laps on medium set of tires, but the car feels great in Spa, despite the sort of issues we might have with the power unit. You know, we don't have the strongest of power units. It's just about at the bottom. which doesn't really help the situation on tracks like Spa, Suzuka, Monza, you know, all these tracks which require a very, very good power unit. But hopefully the upgrade that will come after Italy, unfortunately, had we not had the failure with the aerodynamics, we probably would have headed for Italy. But we're probably going to have a stronger power unit by the end of the season and a good aerodynamic package for Grand Prix like Singapore and all that. As you can see, we set a decent lap at 143.1, but I wasn't very happy with that kind of lap, so I went on the same set of tyres to set another lap because I knew I had more pace hidden in these tyres. And I tend to not really take another fresh set for Q1, because if I do take it, then even if I go through the Q2, I'm not going to have very good fresh tyres for that session. And as you can see right there, we're actually a bit slower at times and a bit faster. Got a better exit through there. And to the final sector now, slightly wide through the final corner, a little bit slower through there, but with a good exit there, a little bit of wheel spin. Don't know how much that helped us, but it's going to be almost a tenth of an improvement there. Not such a huge improvement, but I was actually 16th until the final seconds of that session, which was the reason I didn't go out for another lap, because I thought we would go through the Q2, but unfortunately just switched screens and I see myself down into P18. Magnussen improved, Raikkonen improved, and yeah, we're just not going to make it. And I feel like even somebody else overtook us there right at the end, and yeah, I was right there. Antonio Giovinazzi out-qualifying Kimi Raikkonen, going through to Q2, but of course, had I gone on the fresh set of tyres, I would have been by far through the Q2. I would probably been P14 or P15. But if you really think about it, even if I went through the Q2, there was no way I would have fought with the likes of the McLarens or the Renaults, even Pierre Gasly if he set a similar pace to Daniel Kvyat. So we're going to be starting the race from P19. I'm not disappointed whatsoever, because we got a dry race in front of us, and I know that the race pace is actually very, very good. I trust the car, I trust my driving ability. We're just going to go into the race and see how well we can do. So let's get into the race, boys. Wish me luck and see how well we can do on Spa.
We're in Belgium once again for today's round of the Formula One World Championship. It's a race the great Ayrton Senna won 6 times, and in 2019, Charles Leclerc became the first driver to take their maiden win here since Michael Schumacher in 1992. Spa-Francorchamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track is a great one for fans of pure speed. The average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles an hour. Alongside me to discuss all the action today is Anthony Davidson. Thanks for joining us, Ant. And tell me, you were down in the pit lane earlier. How do you think the track conditions are today?
Well, it's looking a bit cold out there, if I'm honest. These tyres have quite a narrow operating window in terms of the temperatures they need to extract the best grip. So with a cold track surface, it's going to be harder to keep those temperatures up, which will lead to lower grip and maybe more mistakes.
So here we are now, ready for the race, starting from P18 actually, if I'm not mistaken. A few grid penalties for some of the cars in front of me have given us a free position, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the strategy here says we had a soft tyre and then onto the mediums. I highly doubt I'm going to follow that strategy. I'm a bit scared about the tyre wear here in Belgium. It tends to really mess up the races most of the times, and I'm going to probably go onto a sort of hard tyres to be a little bit more safe. And I actually did practice a lot on the hard tyres, so I'm very hopeful that the hard tyres can take us through the race with a very good pace. But anyway, time for the start. 4 red lights now, 5, and it's going to be lights out, and away we go for the Belgian Grand Prix. That's actually a very, very good start by me. I was not expecting this whatsoever. Probably the YouTube videos I see have helped me quite a lot. Magnussen for a huge dive up the inside there. I don't even know what he's doing there. I'm gonna go try and go around the outside of Daniel Kvyat, and now with the help of the overtake button, try and overtake Grosjean after a ruse. Time for a ruse now, Radion, and time for Camel straight there, and we're gonna stick to the slipstream of Romain Grosjean up the inside there, now trying to take advantage of the slipstream of Max Verstappen to try and overtake Alex Albon. The 2 Red Bulls probably got grid penalties there, and down, even outside of the top 10, I should say. But we're going to be using all the excess fuel we've got now at the start. Rich mix, use a lot of the overtake pattern. I see that the ERS management is very, very easy and very good around Belgium, which is going to help us a lot to overtake a few cars and try and reduce the disadvantage that we have with the power unit. But lap number 1 gained 3 positions there. Very slow into the braking zone there, the AI is, and I'm going to take advantage of that and I'll try and overtake now Alexander Albon around the outside into the final corner to the bus stop chicane. And with the usage of the ERS pattern, we're going to be very, very good there to stay in front of Alexander Albon. What a great move there completed. Now Verstappen is also getting slowed down there by the likes of Gasly and Kevin Magnussen. This is now a very, very good opportunity to make a few moves there and even overtake both the Red Bulls, which will be very, very helpful for the rest of this race. Gasly tries to go for the move on Magnussen, who seems to be out of pace there. And we actually get a run there on Verstappen through the final corner with the uses of the overtake pattern. We're now side by side with Max Verstappen into turn number 1. He's going to get blocked there by Pierre Gasly, and we're going to get the better exit out of turn number 1, and this is going to let us now overtake Max Verstappen. That was an actually very, very good move there through a ruse yet again. What a great move. And now the hard thing is going to be to defend from Max Verstappen, who is very, very close to me. I'm using the overtake pattern, reach mix on the fuel. This is very important now to stay ahead of Max Verstappen before we can actually get a run on Pierre Gasly, who's overtaking right now Kevin Magnussen. About time this happened there. And we're probably going to get a run as well on Kevin Magnussen. We're very close to him. Going to try and switch to the inside. Go for the double. Not very possible there. Very low in the brakes was Kevin Magnussen there. Not allowing me to go for the run there. But we're very close to Magnussen as well. And we're probably going to go and try and overtake him and put him between me and Max Verstappen, which will really help us to stay ahead of the Dutch there for even longer. I know this is not a realistic target, but as long as we're ahead of the Red Bulls, I'm going to try and stay ahead of the Red Bulls. We're on the same tyre strategy. There's nothing to lose at this point, so that's what I'm going to try and do. As you can see, the midfield pack is just running away with this race. This was exactly what I was talking about on Q2. There's no chance you're going to catch up to these cars, the Renaults, the Racing Points, and the McLarens. They're just way, way faster. But now overtake pattern up the inside of Kevin Magnussen. We're going to go now through the fast left-hander. This is very, very close there with Kevin. I feel like we made some kind of contact there, but we're still side by side actually into the braking zone. He's still on the inside. Very, very strong fight there given by Kevin Magnussen despite the slower car that he currently has. We've got a faster car in the Lotus, and we've just completed a move there on Kevin Magnussen as the two Red Bulls are having a ding-dong battle there. Into turn number 1. I don't know if that's Alexander Albon now overtaking Max Verstappen or vice versa. I'm not really sure. But the next car ahead and the only realistic target we should have for this race is Pierre Gasly. I think we have some sort of similar pace based on the qualifying session, but I highly doubt he's going to be able to catch up to the likes of Lance Stroll. I feel like these cars are a little bit on a different kind of level, and even Daniel Kvyat, who did have a better qualifying session, couldn't actually match up to the pace of this guy. So now it's the time to fight with Pierre Gasly, who seems to have some kind of slight mechanical issue with his car, so that's why he's a little bit slower. And I'm going to try and overtake him right now. A little bit of a bad exit there through this corner, but now overtake pattern, reach mix yet again, and this is our big chance to overtake Pierre Gasly. Are we going to get the inside line? Not possible through there. We're going to stay behind him and try and go for the move up the inside, or actually around the outside. He brakes very, very nicely there, and a very good defensive maneuver there from Pierre Gasly, who's defending like crazy here. Very nice defending from Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri. Can't really say anything bad about him at this point, but this is probably my final lap on that set of tires. I'm going to be moving to a set of hards, as I've already told you, and this is our last chance now to overtake Pierre Gasly. I'm going to try and stay as close to him as possible through a ruse and Marion, and we're going to try and use the overtake pattern. At the same time, we're trying to defend from his teammate Daniel Kvyat, who seems to have a very, very good pace. Daniel Kvyat is going to try and go for the move on me, but I've got to try and attack his teammate Pierre Gasly. He moves to the inside. I'm going to the outside. Sudden move to the outside. Side by side with Pierre Gasly. That's very, very unfortunate there. Slight wheel-to-wheel contact there with Pierre Gasly. I feel like an idiot at this point. Oh god, I want to do a flashback. I just didn't want to mess up this fight, man. It was a very, very good and fair fight there with Pierre Gasly until what happened there. Oh god, I'm such an idiot, man. This was very close. I should have given him more space, but either way, it is what it is. A racing incident, I should say, or probably my mistake, but unfortunately we aren't awarded a penalty after that. Very stupid move. Very stupid move. I'm very sorry to Pierre there. But either way, on lap number 8, we're entering the pit stops for a set of hards. These soft tires, despite 50% tire wear, that was a very good pace on those tires. But very happy about the pace. Into the pit stops now for a set of hards. Probably, or hopefully I should say, will take us to the end of the race. And we're not going to lose any positions in the pit stop phase. Very happy as well about that. As you can see, exiting the pit stops, I can see Lando Norris is stuck behind Nicholas Latifi in the Williams, and this could be very helpful. I know I said I'm not in fight with the McLarens, but as long as the strategy allows me to be in a fight, we're going to try and overtake him. As you can see, Lando Norris is stuck behind Latifi, as well as I'm going to mention the fact that Verstappen is on a set of mediums. I don't know how he's going to make it till the end of the race. Some other cars are also on a set of hards, just like me. Latifi is yet to make a stop. He's still on the set of soft. He's holding up Norris. He goes for the move Norris. I'm going to try and follow him as well. Around the outside of Latifi. And now we've got a run on Lando Norris. It could be our chance now. A run on Lando Norris. We can try and go around the outside, down into the braking zone. And we're going to try and complete that move. What an absolutely amazing move on Lando Norris. I was not expecting this whatsoever. What an insane overtake on Lando Norris. And now it's the big question mark. Can we defend from Lando Norris, or he's going to overtake us very easily? Alexander Albon exiting the pit stops, probably behind his teammate, actually ahead of his teammate Max Verstappen. Both of the Red Bulls on set of mediums, Lando Norris on a set of hards, just like me. And now this is very crucial. Try and overtake from Lando Norris, overtake Baton on, and this is where everything is going to be played on. Verstappen, actually Albon is going to try and go for a move on Norris. Both Norris is going around the outside of me now. Is it going to be possible? Yes, it is. We get a better round on Lando Norris. It's possible for us to defend from Norris, at least for now. There's still a lot of laps remaining in this race, and I highly doubt we're going to stay ahead of that McLaren. But we have to remember, we actually stayed ahead of the Red Bulls for one whole stint. So if we manage to use the ERS button effectively, as we're inside the top 10, so that means we're actually getting points out of the Belgium Grand Prix, starting from 18th position. Remember that. We just need to defend from the likes of Norris, as Verstappen has also overtaken his teammate, so he's the faster driver obviously of the two, and he's going to be the one that is going to trouble us throughout this entire stint. But for the time being, we need to care about Lando Norris, who is also a very big threat. Now Norris is going to try and go up the inside. I'm losing my words, man. It's so hard to commentate over this fight. It's an absolutely insane fight between me and Lando Norris. A far superior car that Norris is in. But, you know, the Lotus team hasn't given up for a single second so far in this season. As you can see, my pace on the hards is very good, surprisingly enough. It's almost equal to the pace that we had on the soft tires. So we made the right tire choices. Actually, Grosjean has actually pitted on this lap, and we're actually into 9th position. So I feel like everyone has pitted, has done their mandatory pit stop, and this is the most we can do. 9th position could be the most, but we could drop a lot of positions if we don't manage to defend correctly from Norris. Still side by side there with Lando Norris. I managed to use the ERS button very effectively, which helps me out to keep a bit of a gap from Norris and only let him gain some time at the end of the straight, which actually works out for me very nicely. But there, as you can see, is dropping ever so slightly lap after lap. Now Norris gets a better run. That means he's got the slipstream. He's going to try and go around the outside into the bus stop chicane. We're going to have the outside line. He doesn't give me a lot of space there on the exit, and I run slightly wide there. But we're going to be staying ahead of Lando Norris. I don't think that was unfair by any means. As long as we try, I'm trying not to have any contact, just like I did with Gasly. I felt like a complete idiot for doing that to Gasly, so I'm trying not to make any contact this time around with Lando Norris, trying to respect this battle as much as possible, trying not to destroy another driver's race. On this lap, as you can see, we're setting a personal best there at 146.4, two tenths faster than our soft tires. I'm managing my tires, Jeff, shut the fuck up. And these tires are running perfectly fine. Norris yet again attacking me on lap number 16, 6 laps to go. Is Norris going to be able to complete the move this time around? He brakes at the same time as me, which is just not the way to overtake me. This is not the way. You have to brake later than your opponent if you want to complete the move. Unfortunately for him, I'm a very good at braking very late. And this time around, this hasn't been a very good lap for me there. And Norris is going to try and take advantage of that. He goes yet again around the outside. Is that going to be a move done? Not possible, and even easier than the previous effort he made on the bar stops. Again, losing a bit of traction there. And as I can see on my HUD there, Verstappen has completed a move on Lando Norris, which is not good. Not good at all. It's obviously hard to defend from Verstappen and his faster Red Bull. I wish we're going to get a retirement soon. We haven't got a retirement in this race, and we tend to get retirements in this in races just in general. So hopefully a safety car would really help me out with only 3 laps remaining at the moment. Hopefully. Oh god! Antonio Giovinazzi is out of the session, and this is a safety car. I can't even believe this, man. I was just saying oh god. I was just saying I want the safety car. As you can see, lap 18, 4 laps to go, and we get the safety car that we need. If the safety car stays in for around 2 laps, then this could be an absolute dream for us. This could work wonders, man. Oh god, obviously I'm not going to the pit stops. The tire wear is quite okay. We need to catch the safety car queue, but it's obviously a long way ahead, because the midfield is just a long way ahead. That's all I'm going to say. They opened up a huge gap from me. Safety car is going in this lap, but I'm yet to catch up to the safety car queue. As you can see, I was actually pushing a lot, but I just couldn't catch up to them. As you can see, Lance Stroll is currently through the final sector now, and we're going to cut back to the case, which is me, and I'm just going through that corner there. I think we're going to make it, but Verstappen has fallen back massively. This must be a sort of bag there with the AI and the safety car, but either way, by the end of lap 20, as we're going to enter lap 21, I've caught up to the safety car queue. Verstappen and Norris haven't, which is a positive for me. It's very unfair, obviously, I know, but I've opened up a gap from Verstappen of 3 seconds, which I highly doubt is going to be able to try and overtake me with only 2 laps remaining, whereas I could actually well and truly be on the attack for Lance Stroll. My tires are not on the best shape, but we got a lot of spare fuel. We got the overtake button fully recharged now. A lot of energy to spend on those last couple of laps to try and gain 1 more position. No, I'm asking for way too much there, which I shouldn't, and I shouldn't, because we don't have the car, we don't have the facilities to do that, if that makes sense. But losing a bit of traction, not as fast obviously. I'm obviously setting my personal fastest lap because I'm literally giving absolutely everything. Rich mix, overtake button, and obviously better tires than the softs that we were on previously. Verstappen managed to cut down the gap, which was very surprising. We'll lose the overtake button there on the final sector. Well, it doesn't really matter. Lewis Hamilton wins the race. We're going to finish right behind Lance Stroll. Obviously, there was no chance to overtake Stroll, losing the back end there on the final corner. And we're going to finish just 1/10 of a second ahead of Max Verstappen. What a great race. I can't even express my feelings again. I feel like that was one of my best races. I always tend to say that. But from 18th up to 9th, absolutely insane. On the car with a very bad power unit. Get in there, boys.
A difficult race then on one of the all-time classic circuits, but they persevered to take the win here today. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
The negative from this race is I can see Daniel Ricciardo. I'm very happy to see Ricciardo obviously on the podium, but I'm not happy to see the driver standings after that. Of course, we're in a fight to be the top midfield driver, and so far we're actually achieving it. And with only 8 races to go, I'm really hoping that we can be the top midfield driver. But overall about this race, what can I say? 9th position. We gained 9 positions in this race. Not a lot of them gained on the start. We gained around 3 positions at the start, and after that it was just about overtaking cars. Good strategy. The hard tires were the right tire choice, and we just had a wonderful race. Defended very, very hardly from Verstappen, Norris, and a bit of Albon at some points of the race. So yeah.
Work out there today. Let's have your thoughts.
Time for the interviews now, boys.
You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Yeah, we gained a lot of positions. Very happy about the car. Like, the car felt great. Probably the aero package was what really helped us.
It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it?
We are. Like in this race, nobody expected the Lotus team to gain points, so I'm just very happy about it.
Appreciate your time.
But yeah, I feel like what really helped us out in this race was the aero package. Middle sector I was very, very good, and even the final sector where you don't need a lot the power unit. Like, where you need the power unit is the final sector, and also the camo straight. So that's pretty much all about it. I feel like the car worked out perfectly fine, and also the durability worked out amazingly. Like, the fact that we were able to use the ERS for so long throughout this race, and just try, like, literally the ERS saved me. So after Radion, like, there was no way I would have defended from anyone had I not had the amount of ERS I had. But absolutely insane race. 9th position. Unfortunately, as you can see, with that podium, Dan Ricciardo has closed down the gap to 2 points from me. We're still 7th in the driver standings. We're typically in a fight with the Red Bulls, which doesn't really make any sense. The Red Bulls are just having a bad season overall. Also, the constructor standings, I highly doubt we're going to overtake either of those teams. McLaren, Renault, Racing Point, and 7th position could be the maximum. And I feel like we're going to be able to make it despite none of our teammates getting any points. But I'm very happy to be still in the top of that midfield sort of pack of drivers. Theoretically, we're in a fight with the Red Bulls, but I'm just not, realistically, I'm not in a fight with them. They could win races. I've won only 1 race, and that was purely down to the wet conditions and all that happened back in that race in Canada. But the main fight is between me and Ricciardo, but as we've seen on that race, the Renaults, the McLarens, and the Racing Points are way ahead of the Lotus team, and we've still got a lot of work to do if we want to finish in the top midfield, in the top of the step on the midfield fight of the driver standings. But either way, I'm gonna end this video now. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I think you did. That was an awesome video. That was an awesome race. I had a lot of fun. So if you enjoyed, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure you ring that bell to get notifications for any new videos. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord server if you want to have a discussion with me, suggest new video ideas, or just have a bit of fun and just mess around in the server. And until next video, guys, I'll catch you later. Goodbye.
I know you hear all the time, but I got to know what's your sign. I know you hear all the time, but I got to know what's your sign. Let me get that off your mind. It really don't matter, you a Scorpio tonight, and it's. Let me get that off your mind. It really don't matter, you a Scorpio tonight, and it's. I know you hear all the time, but I got to know what's your sign. I know you hear all the time, but I got to know what's your sign.